Karuna, compassion, is the very heart, the very soul of Tantra. The compassionate heart does not need any other prayer. Compassion is enough. It provokes the deepest core of your being. It takes you from the mechanical to the conscious, from the mundane to the divine, from the superficial to the profound. It lifts you up in every way. It is not a weakness. It creates spontaneity within you. It creates tremendous inner power and inner beauty. So, compassion in the Tantra connotation is our most natural human faculty. It is what distinguishes the human being. In a very deep way, human beings are capable of great compassion. Human beings are capable of moving away from the concept of might is right, survival of the fittest, and so on. Now, consciousness is imbued in the character of nature. Consciousness, intelligence, awareness is a faculty shared by all of nature. But it is compassion which takes you towards the divine call. It goes beyond intellectuality. It goes beyond the rational. It goes beyond the logical. It even goes beyond our normal human relationships of love and affection. You see, we are in a loving relationship with someone. We are in an affectionate relationship with someone. But compassion is something you broadcast into the whole world. It transforms your being into becoming a blessing for yourself also, not only a blessing for others. So always remember, annihilate the idea that compassion is somehow weak. You see, for the world to move towards any sort of sustainable, peaceful situation, compassion is needed more than ever. Not only compassion, but empathy. This is implied in the word Karuna. It is your spiritual radiance, your spiritual vitality. It is the heartbeat of life itself. And it is a deep secret of becoming deeply peaceful within your own inner being. You see, that's the beauty of compassion. It does not confine itself to being a quality that you feel for others. No, it is an inner quality, and that inner quality transforms you into a deep sense of non-anxiety, non-frustration, non-discontentment, and so on. It imbues you with a great courage because your perimeter of consciousness expands. You are no longer self-conscious and simply obsessed by yourself. No. You think in terms of the universal. You think in terms of the cosmic. And you are able to abandon your inferior self. Things like fear, which keep you down. Things like hopelessness. Now, for a truly compassionate being, there is never any hopelessness because he or she always knows that the power of compassion within themselves is boundless. And this very feeling creates tremendous humbleness, tremendous grace, yet at the same time gives you a very dynamic ability to flow into life, to flow into your activities, to flow into your work, to flow into your relationships with deeper understanding. With a sense that life itself is a paradise. Life itself is a great opportunity for higher awareness. Life itself is an opportunity for us to cleanse our consciousness to a degree which everything starts becoming blissful. So, at the root of bliss, at the root of ananda, lies the quality of compassion. Tantra says there is no ananda, no bliss without compassion. It is the one ability, the one quality that bridges all paths, all callings, because all it implies is an inward openness, an inward attitude, an inward vibration which is universal. The ability to love unconditionally and to give of yourself unconditionally. If you were to define compassion in a mystical sense, that is how you would do it. Giving of yourself unconditionally, all your energies focused, concentrated, because you're simply pouring whatever you are into whatever you're doing. No holding back. The very vibe of Karuna creates a great inner freedom. It creates a presence of the higher functioning through you. You simply become a means, an instrument for the ageless, the eternal, the ultimate, the absolute to act through you. You see, in the Tantra vision, God is a personification of bliss. God is the ultimate bliss energy. But to reach up to that bliss energy requires a different sort of intelligence. It does not require philosophical debate, theology, and so on. It requires an intelligence which has flowered towards the height of compassion. And in that height, it's like attaining the summit of the mountain. You have been tired during the ascent, during the climb, but once you are on the summit, you become completely relaxed. And this is something you can ask anyone who climbs mountains. Ask a mountaineer. The climb itself is very arduous, very rigorous, but once you are on top of the peak, once you're on top of the mountain, you feel bliss. You feel like you have attained to a great peak, not only in the material sphere, but a great peak within yourself. And looking up, looking from that great height of the mountain at life around you, existence around you, this beautiful earth, a great empathy for all beings arises. A great empathy for our rich earth arises. A great gratitude and thankfulness for existing within this utterly beautiful earth arises. And that is, in a way, the trigger for compassion. You see, this is an experience which even astronauts have had. When for the first time they have gone into orbit outside the Earth's atmosphere and they have been able to view Earth at a distance, they have realized that this amazing blue planet that we exist upon is a great opportunity for us to transcend our differences, to transcend our dualities, to transcend our conflicts and work together as one, as a collective humanity. And this very feeling triggers and needs a great deal of compassionate, empathetic understanding. It is the very roots not only of individual liberation, but of collective wisdom, of collective freedom, of truly meaningful action within the world as a collective, of something which is going to join us as a human species, something which is able to allow us to flower, to flow, to dance together, not towards just a material end, but towards creating a more empathetic humanity, with people understanding each other. So compassion is a glue, it's a bond, it's a bridge not only between you and your highest self, but between you and all of humanity also. Between you and all of the cosmos also. Between you and that which you can call God also. Hence, it forms the very pith, the very heart of Tantra.